Okay. Right, this is our 1958 Ford Prefect that we've owned for a year. We bought it in 2009 and it's already in very good condition, and it's just been finished off now with the, well, perfect detailing, as it were. So it's lovely paint. Yeah, right, this is Jeff.
Hiya.
And he's going to tell you exactly what's happened to the Prefect since we've owned it.
Since we got it in actually quite good condition, so it was mainly things like detailing needed doing, just silly little things like the door pulls were in a bit of a state. They're a leather tassel type of door pull on this, and they were in a bit of a state. Even though it was very low mileage, where it had stood for many years, the floor matting had perished. Now in this, it's actually a rubber moulded mat. They didn't have the luxury of carpet then. It was just a functional rubber mat, and they're available reproduction, so they were bought and put into the car. Just silly little bits of detailing, like one of the
tab. Oh, that's a tab, because the car was in storage for a total of 30 years, wasn't it? 20 years one time, and then in storage for another 10 years. It's a long time, isn't it? Yeah. So it's very low mileage.
One of the other details was the choke knob was different to the rest. Doesn't sound important, but a bit of an irritation when you look at a car that's all nice and original, and you've got, you know, one modern switch in amongst all the original ones. So that was changed. We found it was leaking through the windscreen, so the windscreen seal was also replaced, just to sort of preserve the floor and to stop it going rusted. Inside the back, generally, again, quite good condition, so not really a lot needed to be done there. All the door cards were as original, and as you can see, the little pulls on the doors there.
I love that. It's very novel.
If we go round to the front of the car, I'll actually start her up so you can hear how nice it runs. Just releasing the bonnet there. Have the luxury of an internal bonnet pull. As we lift the bonnet, you can see we've done some detailing without going over the top. The bit on the top here is obviously still original with a few marks, a bit of character, but we detailed under the bonnet. Reservoir caps were painted, highlighted the word champion on the plug leads, the word champion there, highlighted it out, detailed the dynamo so that it looks as original with its aluminium ends and black centre, even down to, as you can see, the fan going round there. You can see the fan going round there. The tips of the fan originally from new were painted white to stop you putting your hands in the fan while it was running, and that was an original full detail. When we got the car, things like the air filter had been painted silver. Again, doesn't sound important, but a real irritation if you're trying to keep some sort of originality with the vehicle. So we're going round to various other period additions. The windscreen washers there. The car wouldn't have been fitted with windscreen washers when it was new. I'm actually old enough to remember the law coming out that all cars with a fixed windscreen had to have washers fitted, and that would have been a period fitment. Again, all nice and original under here. What we have done, we've tried to stay in keeping with the car. This was, or this is a Prefect, standard Prefect. They did a Prefect and the Prefect Deluxe. Now the Deluxe had the option of a lot of extras. You could have these options on the basic Prefect, but there were certain ones you weren't. This would have probably, I would think it would have had painted bumpers from new, but this has got the luxury of chrome ones. I think the chrome headlights rounds were an option. This hasn't got those, and it's only got one sun visor inside, which was a feature of a basic Prefect as opposed to a deluxe one. This had the later addition of having seat belts fitted as well. But again, they are period ones and probably date back from 70s, 80s, I would have thought, looking at them. So as you can see, original type of cross-bar tyres for authenticity. The number plates were refurbished. They took absolutely ages, but I think they helped to retain the original character of it, because they are the proper original number plates the car would have had when it was new, and I just thought it was worth.
Tell them what you've done. Nice. Tell them what you've done. Number plate.
They were stripped, the letters were taken off and then painted. The black backing was prepared and painted, and then painstakingly to fit the numbers we actually had to drill the backs to hold them in place. So it took a hell of a long time, but it's a detail that I considered worth it. As you can see, a nice sweet little running car, as you'd expect from something with relatively low mileage for its age.
Yeah, the seats are all original, aren't they?
Yeah.
Fantastic condition.
Which is nice, because you don't always want to just replace everything for the sake of it. You try and keep a little bit of originality. And there's just one or two very minor repairs to be done, but they don't draw the eye as such, so it's nice.
Well, the original video I made showed the car on the actual day we bought it, so it's just all the improvements that have been done since then. It's at night time, so we're not getting the sort of fine detail.
I'll just show you, some of you remember this sort of thing. These are fitted with vacuum wipers. A bane of a lot of people's lives, but there they are. Vacuum operated wipers. They're fine like this, but as soon as you go up a hill they grind to a halt and you have to lift the accelerator off briefly to get a sweep, but they park as well. As I say, it had the later fitting that wouldn't have been from new, but again a period one for the windscreen washers. So that really concludes a little tour around our nice, quite original 58 Prefect. So it hasn't had major restoration with loads of welding. It's just as solid as a rock underneath, and a very nice little car. And it's amazing to think that all those years ago when we were kids, we used to go on holiday to Devon in one of these with a roof rack on the top, all the luggage.
And fit in, it's so tiny, so tiny, but it's a cute little car. You can hear the engine. Have another listen to the engine here. Purring very quietly. You have a look in the boot. Oh no, we can't look in the boot, it's probably full of rubbish. It's funny because it's about a third the size of our New Yorker over there, and it's quite funny to see the two in comparison. Gigantic American car with a little Prefect. Okay, so thank you from Essex, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye bye.